Hey, what up, Sons of Montezuma? We are back with only the finest of San Diego State sports talk. Today is a Kiss the Rings episode where we discuss all the Aztec basketball things. Right now on YouTube, make sure you go like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Give us a review, any kind of review, and to directly support us in all our Aztec news articles, custom merchandise in our NIL player shop. Go to sonsofmontezuma.com. So let's start the show.
The Rings.
We game time ready. Welcome to my gym where the crowd stays heavy. Keep the bus running cause this won't take long. 4 minutes left, here the show still going strong. We game time ready. Opponents can't sleep when they leave. No Freddy, it's the Aztecs. In the house tonight. Hoop squad on deck. Who's next to fight?
Have the scores on the floor. It's Butler with 2 seconds. He's got to put it up. He wins it with the jumper.
And there's no doubt about it.
A San Diego State miracle.
Trailing on the break, I shoot the 3. There's nothing you can do with me. And ruthlessly, the crowd is telling you to get used to these L's you be taking every time you step into the V. I-E-J-A-S.
So joining me today, he's known for his freakishly loud death whistle and a red Aztecs cowboy hat. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And you can follow him on Twitter at SD Sports Fiend. ¿Cómo estás, Fiend?
Hey, ¿cómo estás, amigo? How you doing?
And also joining us today, he went from East County to East Tahoe. He's an Aztec for life, a sandwich aficionado. And after the last episode, he is known as the Caucasian Stephen A. Smith. It's Mike Tortolot. What it do, Mikey?
Hey, what's up, dude? Hopefully I'm not. I might be as more hated than Stephen A. than not, but it's all right. You like that,
huh? From the land of Caucasus, yes.
Yes.
Passionate about telling people I don't care. I don't care.
No, I don't care. But the funny thing is I don't
care.
And then I go on this long rant of why I do care.
I don't
It's care. A dichotomous relationship I have with myself.
Well, I'll tell you who does care. The Aztec Nation cares very deeply. Today's special guest, we're talking with a few different fans that experienced their Final Four Aztecs march in very different ways. And we just wanted to share, their unique stories, right? Because everybody has their own unique spin to how they, watch the Lamont Butler buzzer beater or what have you. And of course, we have the very special Caleb Giordano. Can't wait to hear that interview. He's got a very interesting story on some, compelling few years of his basketball journey that I didn't really even know. So we're going to get into all that and more.
What's his name?
Okay, bringing you in. I believe his name is Ryan. Mike just takes off.
No, I had to lock the door so Harper.
That was rude, Mike.
I had to lock the door so Harper doesn't pop in, dude.
What's up, man? Is it RK? Should we call you RK, Ryan?
Yeah,
or...
you can call me RK. That works.
Can you do me a favor? Let's try it. Try to use the microphone from the laptop. Let me see how that sounds.
All right, is that any better?
I think so. I think that's what happened with Minyara or Mashevsky last week.
Mashevsky.
Can you talk again? I can't.
Yeah, test. 1, 2, 3. Go Aztecs.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, totally. Right. So I saw you on Twitter. Our guy Aztec Andy retweeted what you had done, and we had to get a hold of him and kind of get the full scoop of how his Final Four experience went down. What's going on, RK?
Not much. Thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, this was probably the most amazing time to be an Aztec fan in basically the school's history. Yeah, so the Final Four game, the FAU game, my buddies had watched every game at Resident Brewing downtown. And so they're like, you guys got to come. We can't break the streak here.
So Resident Brewing, like what's like their best beer that they have there?
Joe, no.
They got some Padres themed ones. They got a No Joe IPA.
Oh.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah, but they have like $5 beers during games for Padres and Aztecs, so it's pretty
Okay.
good deal for a recent college grad.
What year are you graduate, dude?
21. So I've been out for 2 years.
Like 2 years was your last year, that team that didn't get a chance to play in March?
No, my last year was when we lost to Syracuse.
The
Yeah, I was
year
actually
after.
in pep band for 3 years. So they actually sent all the seniors to Indianapolis for that game. We were there for like a week before the game. So just, anxiety waiting for the game to happen, go out there and just, I mean, I don't want to talk about that game, but
Pep band, what do you play, dude?
trombone. Trombone. I try to play it. I'm a baritone player in the marching band. So we don't have that instrument in the pep band, so I had to try to learn trombone.
Trombone. Damn.
Are you from San Diego?
No, I'm actually from Alameda, California, so up in the Bay Area, right next to Oakland.
Okay.
So what was the vibe like at Resident Brewery? Like
It was grim, definitely grim. I mean,
as they were losing, because we were behind in that game the whole game, pretty much.
oh yeah, I mean it was nerves the entire game. We've all watched enough Aztec basketball that in the past, when we get down like that, we're not a team that can shoot ourselves out of it. So, but that the defense clamped them up. The shooting got enough done, barely got enough done. So I mean that's the Aztec basketball. It's just we're never out of it with the defense. If we're playing a good shooting team, there's always the opportunity to clamp them up. So, but it was definitely quiet. People had their heads down a little bit. I don't have the clearest memory of the last 5 minutes of that game, but I mean that was the most nail-biting comeback probably since I've been watching state. I just remember standing up when Lamont, when Gleck blocked the shot and they started driving up court. I'm like, oh my God, like there's no way that Lamont does it twice in a season. And everyone collectively held their breath when that shot went up. But I think right off the bat, I knew that thing was going in. That was a pure shot. There was probably like 20, 25 of my boys there. My girlfriend was with us. Lamont pulls up for that shot, hits it. And I mean, that was, I had Cal season tickets growing up. I saw them beat #1 Arizona at home in Berkeley. That atmosphere at the brewery was 10 times better than seeing that game, the Cal game in person. I mean, that was the most like electric reaction I've ever seen. I mean, that was a look. So,
yeah.
You had a much better view of it from where we were at. I mean, we were actually in the stadium and we were so far up in the arena there. I mean, in the first level, but still, it was a really far, it was hard to see that shot unless we looked on like the Jumbotron. But, I'm sure seeing it on TV was a little different. I mean, we all had different perspectives, different experiences with that shot.
God forbid you're in like the fourth deck, you're just watching ants play basketball. But how was the atmosphere there? Was it pretty awesome when you hit that shot? Was there a lot of SDSU fans or bandwagon fans there from other schools?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Like we were kind of at an angle, like a little behind the basket, but we could still see, Lamont on the opposite side. I mean, I don't think any of us really knew exactly how it was going to happen. And when Lamont kind of got in that corner, we all thought he was trapped. So you could just feel everybody just tense up, like, oh no, like he's in the corner. Yeah. Don't go to the corner. He just rose up and you just see the ball, like, yeah, we're at that angle. You just see it leave his hands. It gets kind of lost in the backboard, right, of your view. And then it just sinks it. Splash. And everybody just at the same time just completely went nuts.
I was at home watching it. As soon as he shot it, I said, oh shit, that's going in, dude.
Yeah.
It's pure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
TV,
pure.
it was like that's pure.
Didn't touch any of the rim.
Distance is good. That's pure.
Like you guys probably. I mean, I went fucking crazy, man. Like, why wouldn't you?
So we're storming out in the street. Everyone's hugging each other, ringing the bell they got in there. Throwing their drinks in the air. And, right next to it was a tattoo parlor. So walk out the bar. I'm celebrating. I look. You know what? This is the day for my first tattoo.
Your first tattoo. Your first
tattoo. Yeah. First tattoo. I walk out there and I walk in the tattoo parlor. I'm like, hey, I want that SDSU logo right on my thigh. And the guy's like, okay. It was probably 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. whenever that game ended. And there's no one in there. And he's like, yeah, come on, sit down. So sat there and stenciled it out. And he double checked that I was good to get a tattoo, which I was. Laid it on me. No regrets on that one.
How many beers in were you at this point?
I think legally to protect the tattoo parlor 3. Yeah. Oh, I was feeling it. Yeah, I was having a good old time. Didn't really feel any of the tattoo. But honestly, it's a pretty meaty part of my body, so I didn't feel anything the next day. So that's why I knew it was a good decision.
RK's got a meaty thigh. He's got a meaty.
Yeah,
thigh,
I got some meaty thighs over there.
Why did you pick the thigh?
Out of sight mostly.
Okay.
even in the state that I was in, I was like, it'd be irresponsible to get this like somewhere obvious.
So this was just like a spur of the moment thing. This wasn't like a dare somebody put you up to. It was just everybody's stumbling out into the street. You see the tattoo parlor, and it's like, let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah. My girlfriend was like, where the hell did Ryan go? And then I texted her, I'm like, I'm in that tattoo parlor next door getting a tattoo. And she's like, what? So I think she's been supportive of it. She loves it. So
she had no idea what you were up to. She had no.
Oh, no one did. I just kind of disappeared. Yeah. I just kind of texted the group chat. I was like, yeah, I'm getting a tattoo.
The great thing about that, though, since it's on your thigh, is like you can go to like UNLV fans and you can get, come on, sit on daddy's lap here.
Oh my God.
Just pull up the short a little bit, like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, when like wear my 5-inch cut shorts, they ride up a little bit so you can see it popping out.
I don't know if the girlfriend would like that move. I mean, she's okay with the tattoo, but maybe, telling people to sit on daddy's lap, that might be a little much for Thomas.
Oh man. But yeah, like the same way as you, man. Like I said to somebody, I'm going to get a tattoo if we win the national championship. I told my wife, I said, listen, if we're winning the national championship, we're having another kid, and I'm going to name her Natalie or Nathaniel for short, and nickname him Natty.
There you go.
So I think she might be the only one who's not happy that we didn't win the national championship.
Yeah, I was in Sigma Chi at State, and I saw one of the guys' stories. A bunch of them went to the game in Houston, and I guess the night before the Natty, they went out, and one of the kids got a 2023 national champions with the state logo on his ass cheek.
You must be out your goddamn mind. That's probably why we lost, man.
Yeah.
That's a little too. Yeah, you gotta wait, man. Like, you're sick of my guys, man.
I mean, that's probably one that you can explain, though. It's kind of like, hey, I thought we were gonna do this is a team of destiny. The Sons of Montezuma podcast told us they were a team of destiny, so I had to get it.
I told him just get runner up underneath it. That'd fix it.
There you go.
There's probably a select few people who will get to see that.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Unless he moves everybody.
Bikini briefs are in these days, dude. Bikini briefs are in these days. So have you? What do your parents think? Have they seen it? You showed it to them. They follow your Twitter account.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They don't follow me on Twitter, but I showed them right away. Sent them a picture. Same thing. I got my ears pierced like sophomore year. I'm scared of needles my whole life. I hate needles. So my mom didn't believe I got my ears pierced till I like showed her that they're like there's backs on them. And she's like, that's a fake tattoo. Like you just got a stick, a press on tattoo. And like, no, it's on me. We're good. So, but they like it. I mean, probably not so much if it was really big and like on my calf or something, but
really big or on your bicep.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
I gotta get one of those
when the football team makes the new 12-team playoff. I'll get one of those on my arm. My complimentary tattoo.
Well, I admire anybody who's crazy enough to do it and join me in my tattoo brotherhood, man. So respect you, RK. Big respect to getting that tattoo.
Yeah, it's on me for life. Aztec for life. Got re-up my season tickets, so I'm ready to go next year. Hopefully, you can pull a big in off the market in the next week or two. But good time to be an Aztec.
For putting that out there, seriously.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, RK, feel free to stop by if you go to the football games.
Yeah, I was just going to say, stop by with Andy.
Yeah, we got tailgates and, basketball games, come say hi. And
definitely. I got my Sons of Montezuma koozie at home.
Nice.
There it is.
Nice.
We'll have to put an Ale Smith in that koozie for you next time we see you.
Yes,
thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, bro.
All right,
have a good one.
You too.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we have one more. I was supposed to have two more today, but okay. This guy, he was at another event.
What?
This next guest was at a different event, but still watching the game.
What kind of event? It was a wedding? Anything else?
Right now, we are joined by another fan who's going to share his Final Four experience. We have Mr. Michael Love. Man, what a name. What's going on, Michael?
Thank you. Glad to be with you guys tonight.
All right, so tell us about your Final Four experience, because you weren't in Houston watching the game. You weren't necessarily at a bar or at VA House watching the game. Where were you watching the game?
Yeah, so I ended up having a trip to WrestleMania, and I had planned this trip with my big bro, big wrestling fans. So we planned it last June, and I actually planned it with his wife because it was a birthday present for him. So we got extremely geeked. Okay, we're going to WrestleMania. We're going to see it. At the beginning of March Madness, I always do my brackets, and diehard Aztec fan, graduate, did my bachelor's in 2009, my master's in 2011. So I'm Aztecs all day.
But hold on. You're Aztecs every day, and I know this is your boy's birthday. So tell us though, what kind of wrestling fandom do you have to go to this WrestleMania event?
It was lifelong dream, and I'm watching it as a kid, but you know, not being able to have a whole lot of money, so my mom can never buy the pay-per-view. So I'm always like waiting to get to school on that Monday to see what happened during the pay-per-view event. So when I finally got a chance, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going, absolutely going.
So here's my take on that, dude. If you plan something a year in advance, dude, like how far have we ever gotten like this? Like you guys gave me a hard time about San Antonio, dude. I planned that like we never thought about that. So, and that's his lifelong thing. That I get that, dude. I get that.
Yeah. I got several buddies that are like just diehard wrestling fans. I mean, I know K5 James is a huge. I think he might have been at WrestleMania as well that same weekend. So. My other buddy James, he's a huge wrestling fan. I went with him to a WWE event here in San Diego, my first ever. I checked it out. Like I had a good time for that one event.
No, it's dude, like yeah, like I have a neighbor who's all into it, and I'm just like I never watched on pay-per-view either, but like if that's your thing, dude, you book it a year in advance, then yeah, you can't. I get that. If it was like his kid was getting born, you can have another one, right? Like we might not go back to the Final Four. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like you can have another kid, right? That was your first WrestleMania ever?
Ever.
And that was in LA?
Yeah, it was in LA. It was SoFi. So my bro wanted to get there super early. So we ended up getting into SoFi at like, I want to say it was about 3. So we're walking around the stadium a little bit. We're taking pictures. We got our beer and our popcorn, and we're just sitting in the seats for like an hour before it started. And I told him before the game, before we got there, I was like, okay, well, SDSU is playing today. So I don't care what match is going on. I'm going to be watching the game on my phone.
Yeah.
He said, okay, yeah, whatever. So we get there. The first match that's on is John Cena versus Austin Theory.
John Cena! What do you mean?
Can't see none of that. I'm like, he's old. I'm not really into Austin Theory. I'm like, it's no big deal. So I'm watching the game, and Elijah, what is his name? Watson? I think it was number 25 on FAU, was killing us.
Yes.
We couldn't do anything with that guy. So it's getting towards the end, and my bro is looking at me, and I'm just like, it's one of these. I'm getting to the lean, but I'm still watching it. So a rope makes the block. And I start to sit up a little bit like, okay, we got a shot. Lamont gets the ball, and he's dribbling. And I panic because I'm looking at the time, and I'm shouting, he's not going to get it off. Shot it, went in. The next thing I see on the screen is the SDSU players who are all white on rushing the screen. And I jump up like, yeah, we won. Not realize I'm just totally like into the game, and everybody around me is still watching the Austin Theory versus John Cena match. So they're looking at me like, what the hell is going on? And then there was a lady sitting in front of me, and she asked me, she said, well, what are you watching? I said, SDSU, we're going to the national championship. This is more important to me than WrestleMania. And she looked at me. That's definitely a shot that I'll never forget, because I sat back down and it was just like, I'm excited for WrestleMania, but I don't even care about this no more. We're going to the national championship game.
But that's kind of crazy. How many people? I mean, SoFi is a huge stadium.
Oh, the first day was Saturday. It was 80,000 people.
SoFi, not Staples, SoFi.
No, we were in SoFi.
Oh shit. Oh wow.
So we were at NRG in Houston. We were all at NRG in Houston. So I mean, you were in that same environment. You're still in this huge football stadium.
Massive.
That environment.
That many people it was crazy. And I'm looking around and I didn't see a whole lot of other people jumping up and down. So I'm like, oh, am I the only SDSU fan here today? Okay.
You got no one to celebrate with.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're celebrating by yourself. It's like me at like a Chargers game towards the end, you know, where they were in San Diego playing the Raiders when they would take over the stadium and Chargers would score a touchdown and I want a high five and it's all Raiders fans around me. It's like, I'm celebrating by myself.
That's tough.
I know the feeling, man.
What were your friends telling you when they're sitting next to you?
My bro was sitting next to me. He was just like, damn, I should have got that on camera. I should have got that on camera because I'm like, and then I looked around and it's just like, oh, it was like the part in the movie where you're excited, but no one else says anything. And it just got quiet. Like, oh, it's just me right now. So he laughed at me. We got a joke out of it. He was more excited about that. We actually went and then told me when we got back, because we watched the next day, which was Sunday, that we went home. So I was at home Monday during the national championship game, and I'm on the phone with him during the whole game. And yeah, we ran out of gas. That hurt. That hurt.
Yeah. We all were feeling the pain on Monday, but you know, they made a good run. Like just dug themselves just a little too deep of a hole in that first half.
But let me ask you a question though. So knowing what you know now about that shot, right? Would you go back and do everything the same and go to WrestleMania, or would you have sold your ticket and either gone to the Final Four or gone to a bar and celebrated, you know, watched it with the other Aztec fans?
Great question. And the only reason that I would still do it the same is I'm in a doctoral program now. I'm up in Riverside. I'm in a doctoral program, and I had class that following weekend, so I know I couldn't go too far. LA is only about an hour drive, so it was like I kind of got to stay close. But when we beat Creighton to get there, I was thinking in my head like, okay, like I could do it. Wait a minute, like I can pay for that ticket. I can get down to. I thought about it. I thought about it. If it wasn't my first WrestleMania and I wasn't doing it with my bro, then I may have said, screw it, I'm going to Houston. Yeah.
And it was his birthday. It's your buddy's birthday. Like, if you were not to do that, not to be there, you're gonna hear about that forever.
For life.
Yeah.
But it's the Aztecs, man, in the Final Four.
Fair. And I'm sorry to say, San Diego got the curse. We just don't win. So I don't know when the next time I'll have that feeling again. I want to say we'll be back next year, and I hope we are. But it's tough.
You're from San Diego?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
All over. I grew up Spring Valley area, went to Mount Miguel High School. I was working off campuses all throughout San Diego, Cuyamaca College, San Diego City, Southwestern. I lived last in Chula Vista, and then I got a full-time job up here in Riverside. So I live in Riverside now.
Okay. Yeah. So I went to Valhalla. So I had my neighbor was the football coach at Mount Miguel for quite a few years. I think probably before us. Yeah. Knowing San Diego sports, and you've been, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
35.
Okay. So you're a little bit younger than me, but you've still seen enough shit in San Diego sports, right?
Yeah.
So like, where do you rank that in all the moments in San Diego sports history?
So when we beat Alabama, I posted a comment on my Facebook page and I asked, was like, if San Diego State wins the national championship, that'd be the first championship for the city in all sports, right? And I had people chime in about the goals, and I had people chime in about the AFC champ that the Chargers had, like current stuff. Yeah. So honestly, it would definitely be in my top 5. I have to put that in the top 3, honestly. For the city, yeah. I'd say top 3.
What's your top 3?
I'd say watching the Chargers. Now, I'm a Niners fan by heart. So watching the Chargers get to the Super Bowl in 94 as a kid, going for the other team, but just watching how excited everyone was about the city, that 94 team was cool. So I would definitely put that 94 team getting to the Super Bowl. And then I have to say the same about the 98 Padres. Okay. Watching the city rally around Gwen and Caminetti, that was cool. That was exciting.
Yeah. Those are good ones, man. Yeah. And Fiend, leave them alone, man. Not everybody has a leniency to go do whatever they want whenever they want, like you guys. Like you guys like going down to Florida, riding your tricycle, eating conch soup. Shit, man. Like some of us have shit going on, dude. Like Fiend's like, where are you going? I'm like,
oh, like I don't have shit going on.
But okay. you do, but yeah, I'm just giving you, but you know.
Hey man, it's all about priorities, man. And you know, I think I don't know. Personally, I think if even if it was a best friend who wasn't an Aztec fan, I think you would understand that I have to back out and sell the tickets, and we go to the next WrestleMania as a makeup, and whatnot. But it's all good, man. I mean, every relationship, friendship is different, and and like you said, you're up in Riverside. We had to pull the trigger. We pulled the trigger early. I told Mateo, planes, trains, or automobiles, man. Any way necessary to get there, we're going to get there. We were going to take a van there, drive 20 hours in a van. Then we found out the van doesn't have seats in the back. I'm like, what do you mean there's no seats in the back? That means there's no seat belts, right? He's like, yeah, they're just like lawn chairs. I'm like, no, it's a bumpy 20-hour ride. Dude. That's not safe.
Dude, that's even better. You would have had you should have documented that whole trip.
Dude, we would have been in jail, man.
That was the plan.
Or the morgue.
That's part of the journey,
That was the plan. It was Jesse Matthews' family van wrapped in Jesse Matthews, wide receiver, graphics, all that stuff. They were going to let us take it all the way to Texas. But then, sober minds prevailed the next day and, wised up. And we're like, okay, we're going to fly to Houston. It's okay. We can fly.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
We made it. We saw it. We witnessed it for ourselves. We were all witnesses of Lamont Butler's buzzer beater. The Butler did it again. Just an incredible shot, man. Incredible. I'm glad you got to celebrate, even if you were by yourself, going nuts inside a SoFi with 80,000 people, screaming for John Cena all over. You got a chance to witness history live in the moment, and that's what counts.
It was awesome. I got back home and went immediately to the SDSU store and made sure that I supported. I gotta rep this. This is something I put on. I'm like, okay, yeah, San Diego State it is. So when I want to represent, that's what I put on.
There you go.
So during that John Cena match, were you able to see him?
I saw pieces of the match. Like I can't tell you what happened in the match. I do believe that Austin Theory won the match, but I can't tell you anything else because I was like this on my phone.
But you could actually see John Cena, not like you couldn't see me.
No, it was real.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah,
it took me a minute to get that. I was like, okay, I know where you're going.
Yeah, my humor's a little dry, man, sometimes. So, but yeah, dude, I mean, that I'm sure that WrestleMania was awesome. That looks like a great time.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Michael. Michael Love. I love the name, man. Love the name. And it's cool that you love the Aztecs. We all love the Aztecs, San Diego State, football, basketball, man. If you ever come down from Riverside for a football game, let us know. We do tailgates and we'll be doing more podcasts and all that good stuff. So definitely come by and say hello, man. We'd love to meet you sometime. And hey, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for sharing your Final Four story.
Hey, the next time the Aztecs win, I hope you get to celebrate with Aztec fans.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there looking for you guys. Much appreciated, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Oh man, very cool.
What's so funny laughing?
I can relate to it so much about celebrating by yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Hey Aztec Nation, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button to our channel. And then stop on over to sonsmontezuma.com where you can find more SDSU sports, news, articles, podcasts, and the freshest and most unique Aztec-inspired merchandise, including our original NIL shop. Lots of new styles there for both men and women and even kids. Your support to this channel helps fund a lot more creative ideas. So make sure to stop over to sonsofmontezuma.com. Go Aztecs.